Hello everyone, welcome back from Zero to Italian Hero. Today I've prepared a video about everything you need to know about Italian Christmas vocabulary, traditions and greetings. Whether you're learning Italian or you're just curious about the culture, this is the ultimate guide to celebrate Natale the Italian way. So let's get started. So here I've prepared some iconic symbols of the Italian Christmas. We have, of course, l'albero di Natale, which is a centerpiece in every home. And then, of course, what would be Christmas without Santa Claus? We call Santa Claus Babbo Natale, Babbo Natale. And then, of course, under the Christmas tree, we like to place our regali di Natale, our Christmas gifts. And in case you're wondering how we call the tree topper, we call it il puntale, il puntale. Of course, these are just a few of the beautiful elements that make Christmas in Italy so magical. And I've prepared some additional ones in the next slide. Here, for example, we have la slitta di Babbo Natale, which is guided by le renne, the reindeer, la ghirlanda, la calza di Natale, le campanelle, il fiocco, and last but not least, le palline di Natale. As always, feel free to pause the video and repeat after me so you can practice the pronunciation of the words. Of course, each of these have a special place in the Italian Christmas traditions. But as you know, Christmas in Italy, it's also a feast for the taste buds. So let's have a look at some traditional foods enjoyed during the holidays. Of course, we can start with il pandoro. Il pandoro, which is a soft golden cake from Verona. Then we have il torrone, which is a sweet nougat made with honey, sugar, egg whites. Then we have the famous panettone, il panettone, which is a Milanese Christmas classic. Then we have l'omino di pan di zenzero, the gingerbread man. And in case you fancy something salty, then we have le lenticchie. Lentils are traditionally eaten with the cotechino, which is a slow-cooked pork sausage. And usually we like to enjoy this meal also during the New Year's Eve. And usually it symbolizes prosperity and good luck. Then we have il cappone, which we usually eat during the Christmas Day lunch. And then, last but not least, we have il prosecco or lo spumante, which is the sparkling wine, which is essential, of course, for the festive toasts. These dishes bring families together and are deeply tied to Italian holiday traditions. So, I prepared here different slides regarding il cenone di Natale and then il pranzo di Natale. Il cenone di Natale, or cenone della vigilia di Natale, which is the Christmas Eve dinner, is one of the most important Italian traditions. Usually it's known as light dinner or cenone di magro. And during this light dinner, we usually don't eat meat, but we rather eat seafood-based dishes. I prepared here a typical menu. Of course, the menu can vary depending on region or depending on the families. But we tend to divide our dinner in antipasti, primi piatti, secondi piatti e dolci. As antipasti, for example, we might eat insalata di mare, which is this seafood salad with octopus, calamari, shrimp and mussels. We might even have baccalà fritto or crostini with fish pate or butter and anchovies. Then, when we look at the first course, primi piatti, we usually eat spaghetti alle vongole or zuppa di pesce, which is a rich fish soup with shellfish, and it can actually vary by region. Then, as secondi piatti, or you can also say secondi, we have orata or branzino al forno, or frittura mista, or even baccalà al forno o in umido, which is this baked or stewed cod often served with potatoes. Then, when it comes to desserts, we have panettone or pandoro, which are these iconic Christmas cakes. We have strufoli, which are these fried dough balls covered in honey, and they're actually typical from Campania. Then we have torrone, which is this nougat, either classic or soft, with almonds and hazelnuts. Each dish carries a little bit of tradition and regional. As you can see, each dish carries a lot of tradition and regional flair, making the Vigilia a moment of warmth and celebration. And what about you? How do you celebrate Christmas Eve dinner? And what is your favorite part of this menu? Let me know in the comments below. Now let's take a look at the pranzo di Natale, Christmas Day lunch, which is actually a big feast enjoyed across Italy. This meal, it's all about family and tradition, and we have different courses that vary by region, as you saw also for the previous dinner. But here I have just a typical menu. Once again, we have antipasti, the starters, and during Christmas Day lunch we actually also eat meat. So it's quite normal to eat crostini, for example, which is this toasted bread with savory toppings, affettati misti, which is a selection of cured meats, formaggi, olive alla scolana, which are typical from Marche, stuffed fried olives, insalata russa, and of course savory pies, which we call torte salate. Then we have I primi piatti, and for primi we might have tortellini in brodo, or lasagna al forno, risotto, cannelloni, or even ravioli. As second piatti we have cappone ripieno, agnello al forno, brasato al barolo, which is this beef braised in Barolo wine, which is typical of Piedmont, cotechino con lenticchie. Then once again for desserts, dolci, we have panettone or pandoro, and again torrone. But now let's dive back into the magic of Italian Christmas. In case you're having any Italian relatives or maybe friends or even colleagues, I thought it would be very useful to give you some examples of Italian greetings for Christmas and New Year. And here are some common phrases you can use. Let's start with Buon Natale e buone feste, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Then I have Buon Anno Nuovo or Felice Anno Nuovo, Happy New Year. Tanti auguri per un anno pieno di felicità e successi. Best wishes for a year full of happiness and success. Buon Natale e Felice Anno Nuovo. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Felice Anno Nuovo a te e alla tua famiglia. Happy New Year to you and your family. And then last but not least, Felice Natale a te e alla tua famiglia. Merry Christmas to you and your family. These phrases are perfect for holiday cards, messages, or simply wishing someone joy and cheer. Now, as you saw, we like to eat a lot and we like to eat many days in a row. So actually having some activities during Christmas, it's very important. And here are some of the most loved Christmas activities. Attività di Natale. Before Christmas, we might want to prepare the nativity scene or the Christmas tree, preparare il presepe e l'albero di Natale. Other activities might be partecipare alla messa di mezzanotte, attending midnight mass, fare giochi di società, playing family game cards, as for example giocare a carte, or the classic tombola, giocare a tombola. Then we have guardare film natalizi, watching Christmas movies, passeggiare nei mercatini di Natale, ascoltare e cantare canti natalizi, visitare parenti e amici, and of course fare una passeggiata post pranzo. Taking a walk after Christmas lunch, it's a great way to enjoy the day and digest, of course. And what about you? What's your favorite activity during Christmas? Before I conclude the video, I wanted to share some interesting Italian traditions around who brings gifts in Italy. So, because actually Italy's gift bringers come in many forms, each rooted in centuries-old traditions. From San Nicola riding his horse on December 6th to Babbo Natale flying his sleigh on Christmas Eve, or even Gesù Bambino delivering presents in certain regions. These figures all share one magical purpose: to bring joy and gifts to children. There are some regional magic. So for example, San Nicola, here are some Italian peculiarities. As for example, San Nicola is celebrated in Northern Europe and parts of Italy where children leave carrots and hay for the horses. San Nicola is usually celebrated on December 6th. Buon Natale instead, which you probably already know, it's actually a global icon and he delivers gifts with his reindeer power sleigh. In southern Germany, Austria and parts of Italy, we have Gesù Bambino, Christkind, who brings presents as a symbol of purity and light. Then, in northern Italy, we have Santa Lucia, who arrives on December 13 with gifts for children who leave treats for her and her donkey. But be careful, you are not allowed on spying on her. Then we also have La Befana, which is an ugly but good witch who comes on January 6th for Epiphany, filling stockings with sweets for the good children or coal for the naughty children. She's a symbol of renewal and transformation as the old year ends. No matter who delivers the gifts, they all remind us of Italy's rich diversity and the shared joy of giving. And that brings us to the end of our video. Thank you for being part of the From Zero to Italian Hero community. May your Christmas sparkle with moments of love, laughter and kindness. I wish you Buon Natale and I hope you can enjoy the magical holiday season. Ci vediamo presto. Ciao!